things that we just heard the mayor say. Jesse Sharkey, is your demand for approaches to affordable housing, and the mayor said that this is really not a topic for CTU negotiations, that it's a bigger picture than just involving the schools, and that it's not immediately germane to these negotiations. Your take on that?
Well, it's germane when you think of the fact that there are over 16,000 students who are homeless in the Chicago public schools, and many of our schools have a hard time offering even basic services to those students. It's germane when you consider that employees in the Chicago public schools, our teachers, are required by ordinance to live in the city, and many of our members can't afford housing in the city of Chicago. Emergency workers in Chicago get housing assistance, police, firefighters, and whatnot. Teachers don't. We thought it would be fair to discuss that issue. We think those are pretty germane issues.
uh, what I was going to say is, my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that issues upon which you can strike have to do with primarily with working conditions. How does housing fit into that as a strikeable issue?
Well, I think a couple of things that you have to think about. One, I think the strategy that the mayor has put forth and she unveiled today is that they want to talk exclusively about wages and benefits so they are able to leave critical things like nurses, librarians. 9 out of 10 schools that service majority black students do not even have a school librarian. If this contract is settled solely on the basis of wages and benefits, then we do not move forward in the type of education that we're giving to our students. Frankly, if the Chicago Teachers Union, the teachers that populate our membership, are not on the fore of bringing forth a Chicago that services all, not the few, who benefit from wealthy developers who benefit from large billion-dollar tax giveaways, but the actual workers who are putting forth good faith efforts in our school communities. Look, 16,000 documented homeless students is a big deal. And we are leveraging our ability to have an enforceable contract to deal with that. Look, the demands are very simple. Staff up so that families and students have a space in which to get the help that they need. This is also the same city that sat on $1 billion of surplus with the Chicago Housing Authority while 16,000 students are homeless.